In Sudan's Nuba Mountains, residents of the frontline village of Serdiba in Dorein County say they have been subjected to relentless shelling and area bombings by Sudan's military since the end of last year. Adam Bales tells us more.
In Dorein County, an estimated 185,000 civilians live within range of Sudanese government guns. As we speed towards the village of Serdiba, a bomb from an Antonov warplane falls less than a kilometre away. Children from the local primary school stand and watch. After 3.5 years of fighting, this has become a normal daily occurrence in the war-torn state of South Kordofan. Serdiba residents say they have suffered more than 130 civilian casualties since the beginning of the year. The artillery shelling on February 3rd was the most intense yet. That morning, 6 children arrived here at Mother of Mercy, the only operating hospital, after a single artillery shell landed on their home at 4 in the morning. 3 other children were killed instantly. The children were sleeping in a foxhole dug under the house in an attempt to stay safe from the bombing. The head doctor at Mother of Mercy Hospital says there has been a rise in civilians injured since the beginning of the year.
All the anti artillery wounds we've had over the past 2 weeks have all been young people, either children or adult females. Young adult females, some elderly adult females. None of them have been combatants.
The use of artillery shelling on Serdiba intensified mid-December, soon after Sudan's armed forces were pushed back by SPLA North rebels in ground battles. Villagers report government artillery, jet fighters and Antonov bombers have been targeting the village on a daily basis.
There's been an increase in the number of non-combatants injured, the number of injured by the Antonov, number injured by artillery shelling. So I think, who knows why, but I think a lot of it's because the ground forces, the South ground forces have been defeated, so they're just kind of sitting back and shelling and bombing. It's just as a terror campaign.
Serdiba village is just 10 kilometres from the front line in Kadugli. The flat savannah offers no protection from heavy guns. In the village, burned crops surround us. Every few metres, shrapnel and bomb craters mark the ground. Each has its own story.
There are three children in this foxhole, 3 there and 3 here. All 6, they are injured and they are one family.
One mother shows us where she and 12 children take cover in a drainage ditch. She says she has lived here for 3 months. This nearby crater was made by a MiG fighter jet. Almost every house in Serdiba has been affected, but many residents refuse to leave, believing nowhere is safe. Dorein's County Commissioner, Mawia Abraham, says the nature of this fighting is evolving.
It's not like previous years of the war. There is a difference. The Sudanese troops intensified the shelling and the bombardment. It is because they lost the ground. They lost the attacks and a lot of equipment and troops. So all they can do now is use the long-range missiles to reach where there are civilians. They are not even targeting the rebel barracks. They are only affecting the civilians. Most of the casualties now are the civilians.
Civilian areas are supposed to be marked and avoided by Sudan's troops. The government has repeatedly denied targeting civilians. As the civil war moves into its 4th year, the international community, heavily involved in trying to end over a year of fighting in neighbouring South Sudan, seems strangely absent in this conflict. Adam Bales for VOA News, Serdiba, Sudan.